Hi, my name is Evelyn. Thank you so much, Muhammad, for joining this interview. I'd like to start with our first question, the pop in your job. So you work as the head of operations, Healthcare Life Science Limited at Healthcare Life Science
Yeah.
Limited. What is
Yes.
most
Yes.
exciting about your role and why are you passionate about your job?
Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunities to talk something. Actually, Bangladesh is a least developing country. Bangladesh is also under the TRIPS agreement of World Trade Organization. So there is more than 250 pharmaceutical company in Bangladesh. Healthcare Life Science Limited is pharmaceutical company, that is Healthcare Pharmaceuticals Limited. Healthcare Life Science Limited is a new venture of healthcare around 200 more than 200 million US dollar. So as a fourth largest company, Healthcare Pharmaceutical promising brands, generic brands, especially the esomeprazole, in terms of sales volume and also in terms of unit volume. So this is the largest brand of Bangladeshi pharmaceutical industry. So this is the principal fame of Healthcare Pharmaceuticals Limited. So among this fame, Healthcare Pharmaceuticals is also a very prominent, very excellent place for work. We are all of the member of Healthcare Pharmaceuticals Limited, including the members of Healthcare Life Science Limited. We are very much excited to work here because the work environment is very good, and our market growth is very high, highest growth. Actually, last 3 or 4 years, Healthcare Pharmaceutical had the largest market growth among all the pharmaceuticals. So to work with this challenge, the highest growth, it is very much exciting for us. And as a head of operations, actually Healthcare Life Science Limited is a greenfield project. I am developing the project from the scratch, and this is one of the largest. This will be one of the largest project in Bangladesh. There is 40 acres of land. We have started already penicillin antibiotic finished formulation, and I'm organizing all the project activities right now, and in future I will lead the operations here.
Great. Thank you so much for that insight. You will present the topic on how we overcome obstacles regarding MES implementation under the 4.0 umbrella in least developing countries of the Pharma MES. Singapore. Could you please give us an insight into your topic and what are the key touch points to look forward to into your session?
Yeah, thank you. Actually, in Bangladesh, the pharmaceutical sector has been developed a lot. If I can say, after the independence of Bangladesh in 1971, so it has been almost 50 years, more than 50 years after the independence. So during this period, initially, the multinational company, they were leading the market, pharmaceutical market in Bangladesh. But meantime, the Bangladeshi company grew very well, and now the top 10 company is a local company in Bangladesh. So actually, the local company, all the companies they have grown from very small volume of operations. Initially, they started with very small operations, and day by day they have grown. And growth after the growth, they achieve their position in they achieve their market share in the market, and they achieve their position in the market. So when they started, most of the company, they started with old technology. Because they have the less budget, they have the less financial strength. So in that context, they have started the pharmaceutical factory a little bit low budget. So in low budget, you have to sacrifice many of the essential technologies, and some is nice to have, especially some is nice to have, and also they have also sacrificed some must to have provision also. So in that cases, initially they thought that MES or Pharma 4.0 on online platform, they thought this is nice to have. Because they have the investment constraint. So in that context, they initially were not thinking about they did not thought about the MES system. So MES system or Pharma 4.0 system. So day by day, some of the companies they are thinking. Some of the people like me, some of the leader like me, who are thinking about the online platform. So initially, my previous company, when I was working in Sky Pharmaceuticals Ltd. Sky Pharmaceutical Limited, I can say, apart from the ERP system, because most of the company they are using ERP systems, that is also a part of Pharma 4.0. But from the quality context, no Bangladeshi company they did not start the quality management system, online quality management system, or laboratory information management system. So Sky Pharmaceuticals was the pioneer, one of the pioneer them, and they started the online QMS quality management system in 2012. So at that time, I was the member of the SCAF team, and I am experienced with the online quality management system. I can share one thing, because actually when I was a student, bachelor in pharmacy, when I was studying in Bachelor of Pharmacy in the University of Dhaka, actually at that time I have the knack on computer system and information technology. So at the time I have some experience in information technology. So I always I had a vision to do something that can integrate the information technology and operation technology. So when I got the chance during my career, professional career, I take the chance. So I experienced very well for the online quality management system. And finally, when I moved from SKF to another new project, that is DBL Pharmaceuticals, that pharmaceutical also constructed from the scratch. That project also started from the scratch, greenfield project. So when I designed the project, I initiated the all the elements, maximum elements of the Pharma 4.0, that is quality management system, document management system, learning management system, and also the laboratory information management system, and also the manufacturing execution system. So I designed the full project compatible with these elements of Pharma 4.0. So so these investors, I can say the investor from Sky Pharmaceuticals, the investor from DBL Pharmaceuticals, I have to negotiate something. I have to make them understand something, but finally they were aligned with me, and they agreed to invest for the Pharma 4.0. So the main challenge, what can I say, that is in Bangladesh, first of all the pharmaceuticals, they started their manufacturing operation, or they started their operation with legacy system. So after that, few companies, they already started the prospective, what can I say, the prospective system. So so this is the scenario. So the main challenge is to convert the mentality of the investor, number one. And then another thing is the main challenge is the skilled manpower. most of the people has the information technology phobia, because most of the people think that this is very complex system. So how can I execute this type of system? So the manual system or the paper-based system is better than the automatic system. So these few things is very much what can I say? I can mention here that the investor, the mentality of the investor, the also the phobia of the investor is also a main reason, because the investor also have the no concept of information technology, no concept of the bridging of information technology and operation technology, and so that the people have not the skilled people, the skill of the people has not developed yet. So these are the main reasons, main obstacles to execute the Pharma 4.0 in Bangladeshi context.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing those insights. What are the key requirements in the setup of a novel green factory in a least developing country?
Okay, understood. Actually, United Nations, they have already circulated the Sustainable Development Goal for the least developing countries. There's, I think there is 17 sustainable goals. All the goals related to the green environment, the climate, biodiversity, and so on. So this type of sustainable development goal definitely achieved, can be achieved by the innovation in industry, especially for the I can say the Energy 4.0. Energy 4.0 is a new dimension that ensures the zero discharge. That is another goal, the net zero 2050. That is also agenda, also a goal of United Nations, that we have to ensure the carbon monoxide emission 0% by 2050. So this if we follow the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal plan, in that cases this will be the this will be very much easier for us to achieve the green or novel factory. So most of the cases, you can say that if I can say about the greenfield project, if I say about the new projects, in that cases I have to start the environmental assessment, or like that, as we are destroying any biodiversity, or we are destroying, or we are hampering the indigenous people, or we are destroying some forest or not. So this type of issues can be assessed before starting any new project. So in that cases, we have to consider the paperless system that will definitely decrease the dependency on paper, and the source of paper is the plant. So also this is also a means of achieve the green novel factory. You have to obsolete the paper-based system. So there is also the monitoring and controlling. That the main issue of achieving the green novel factory, you have to monitor that what you are doing harm to the environment. You have to monitor and you have to control. So for monitoring and controlling, the online system is the best system, because when you integrate all the operations in one monitor or in one interface, in that cases you can see where the carbon emission is going on, where the HVAC system, or what the other energy system that is emitting the carbon monoxide to the environment. Or you can also monitor the effluent treatment plant, sewage treatment plant, and you can control the effluent treatment. So if you can control and monitor the effluent treatment, so it cannot harm the environment. So online platform is one of the best platform to ensure the novel and green factory.
Great. How can the green factory be integrated with other existing IT landscapes?
Yes, actually, you can say that there is many systems, IT systems in a factory or in a corporation. So in that cases, there is some Internet of Things that is required for the Pharma 4.0. So it will integrate. It will help to integrate all other systems to the Pharma 4.0.
Great. On our last question, please tell us a bit more about phobias and challenges in the least developing countries with regards to MES implementations and Pharma 4.0 projects, and what possible ways to solve them in the future. And what are some of the possible ways to solve them in the future?
Okay. So I have already told you that the phobia from the investors, the phobia from the leaders, and the phobia from local governments. So there is some issues. The government sometimes we listen that government says that if we go for the automation, then the employment will be decreased. The employment opportunity will be decreased because people will depend on the computer system. So no manual system will be there. So there should be unemployment option. Unemployment can be happen. So that is one of the another dimension to avoid the online system. My main my opinion is that the very critical point is to develop the skilled people. So skilled people is very much important to deploy the online system. If we cannot able to develop the skilled person, skilled people who has the automation concept or who has the automation mentality, so in that cases this is very much difficult to achieve the automation.
Great. As we have come to the end of our interview, I'd like to say thank you so much, and we look forward to having you as a speaker at the Pharma MES Asia in July.